Hello again. It's me, Rena, in a different place. Now the sun's shining on my face. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Thank you for being here again. I'm not really sure what to say. So that's part of the same problem I was experiencing with posting on Facebook and on Instagram, that I believe that I have, and I feel that I have a wealth of knowledge that people want to know about, and I'm just not sure where to start. When I'm working one-on-one with people, then, which is one of my favorite things to do, then it's much easier for me to tune in to that person and then meet them where they are and share what's relevant to them. But when I'm just speaking to whoever listens, I get a little overwhelmed about where to start. So that's what is happening right now. I do trust that whatever comes out is exactly what you, listening, need to hear. But I also encourage you, if you are watching, especially if you watched my previous video too, and you intend to continue watching, to reach out to me. You're probably somebody who knows how to be in touch with me. If you don't, then my website, renashoshana.com, has information for being in touch with me. But assuming that you know how to be in touch with me, let me know what you want me to share about. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know if you're not even sure what I could be sharing about, and that would be helpful for me to know too. I'll share about routines. I've seen a number of posts on Facebook and groups where people share challenges with falling asleep, and I've also had some conversations with some friends and also some clients who share that oftentimes going to sleep is a challenge. Interesting, because for me it's mornings that are a little bit more challenging, but it seems like for a lot of other people it's the nighttime that's a little bit more of a challenge. And what I mean by that is that's nighttime for a lot of people, I've heard, maybe you relate, is a time when there's heightened anxiety, lots of thoughts bubbling up in the mind, suddenly feeling physical things that are uncomfortable that weren't present throughout the day, and generally just having a hard time getting to sleep naturally. And that creates a number of other frustrations in people's lives. And if you're one of those people that experiences this challenge around bedtime, then I don't have to put the words in your mouth. You know how that negatively impacts other areas of your life. So for me, actually, bedtime and morning time, bedtime routine and morning routine are foundational elements of my life, my self-care practice, my healing modalities, and fundamental elements for my ability to show up in the world with a positive energy. And sometimes there have been times when I haven't even felt that I've had the energy to do a morning routine or to do a bedtime routine. And when I'm in that place, usually I'm in some kind of a cycle that I feel like I don't have the energy for it, and then I don't do it, and because I don't do it, I don't have the energy for other things, and then I don't have the energy to do it. It's this cycle. And so for me, actually doing the routine and finding some way just to break that cycle can be really, really powerful. Let's make this a little bit more concrete. A year ago, my ex and I moved to a new house, and within a couple months, I felt the lack of energy to be able to do morning or evening routines. And I realized that I was in this cycle, and at first I had some compassion with myself for getting into that cycle, and then I realized after some time that it wasn't compassion anymore, and it was just excuses and laziness. And I had it in my head, this ideal, for me, again, it's morning routine, but for you it might be a bedtime routine. I do have a morning and a bedtime routine, but for me the morning routine is more important. So my ideal morning routine was waking up with the sunrise, getting out for a run, doing yoga, eating a nice brunch, writing in my journal, getting my head organized for my workday, reading a little bit, and that was the ideal. And I was starting from a place where I felt like I had negative energy. So that ideal was not attainable at that time. But taking small steps towards that ideal was attainable. And so that's what I did. I got up around 7, which is later than sunrise, but still a totally reasonable time to be waking up. And I would take walks in the morning instead of running, which was the ideal, because a walk is still a step in the right direction. And from there I did morning stretching. I made a breakfast shake, and I did some writing in my journal, some meditating, and that taking steps to get towards my ideal in it of itself was already a morning routine. And pretty much ever since, I've kept up with some kind of a morning routine. Even over the summer when I was going through the divorce and healing from COVID and was in a really, really low place, I always took out my notebook in the morning. I always did some kind of mindful movement in the morning, and I always put something in my belly within the first hour or so of waking up. And I always would drink a cup or 2 of water. And so this came up today because, number one, I slept not at my house. And when I woke up, first of all, the first thing I do when I wake up is I notice my thoughts, and oftentimes they're negative, so mentally I just start talking to myself in a positive way. I notice the sensation of breath coming in and out of my nostrils, and usually it's just coming in and out of one nostril, so I fine-tune that awareness. Brush my teeth, go to the bathroom, prepare my spirulina, which takes some time to defrost, and I got out and took a walk. And I practiced pranayama, some breathing exercises. I did a meditation. I walked back to where I slept, where I'm sitting now. I drank the spirulina. I did another meditation. I wrote, I'm not sure if I said that already. And I feel great. I mean, that's how I'm here right now. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm recording this video for you in much thanks to my morning routine. And I felt called to share this particularly today, number one, because I was processing it in myself, and number two, because I saw a post on Facebook that somebody was concerned for her husband and that he's having challenges getting to sleep. And I saw what people commented. She was asking for advice, or a specialist to recommend. And I was the only one who left a comment saying, does he have a bedtime routine? And I haven't heard back yet, so I don't know if he does. But it just occurred to me that maybe this is something other people are also contemplating. This notion of routines, particularly morning or wake-up routines, and evening or bedtime routines. So I'm just bringing the topic to light that it's foundational in terms of feeling your most joyful, feeling your most peaceful, feeling your most grounded, feeling your most centered, and feeling your most energized. So I hope something here resonated in a positive way. I'm curious to hear what did. I'm curious to hear what didn't. And I really am curious to hear if there are particular topics that you want me to be talking about, if you want to hear personal stories, if you want to hear things that, information that can be helpful to you, if you want to receive exercises, meditations, pranayama, breathing exercises, yoga exercises, writing exercises, reflection exercises. I'm showing up for you, and so help me to know what you need. Thank you again for being here with me and with this gorgeous sun, and have a blessed, joyful day. See you soon.